Yeah. So today, we're going to discuss, we're going to start our, um, journey with procedures. So, which are mainly called proc steps. So basically, proc steps are typically, they're mostly used or widely used in SAS datasets for in terms of building reports, graphs, okay, to edit data to edit data once the data is in our, is in our local folders or in no or in a saved servers to sort data or analyze data in terms of our requirement. Okay, so for all these steps we use procedures of proc step. So typically, proc step is something that which starts with a keyword called proc and ends with either run or quit. Okay, so that's it. I mean, the first step will be proc, and the last will be no run or quit. After proc, there will be many kind of procedures where we're gonna discuss about them. No, we're gonna discuss about few in terms of procedures. Okay. So first thing is we have quite a our procedures are divided into few types in which few procedures are exclusively for data access. Okay, like proc access, proc db load, proc import, proc export. Okay, and this one is proc SQL. So ProcSQL is something that which we're gonna learn in the in the upcoming sessions. But you know what is proc import and proc export, which we widely use for to import or extract our data. Okay, and and libname facility is something that remember we used to extract data or we used to read datasets with the help of libname. So that's called a kind of a libname facility. And
Yeah,
yeah, and next one is utility procedures. So utility procedures means in terms of after we do some data manipulations, okay, in terms of which covers transformations, analyzing, okay, all how how do we need the data for the final report. All we do in terms of data manipulation. Okay, so we have quite a few procedures for those. So we have contents, options, copy, delete, sort. Okay, compare. We're gonna just go through few of these procedures. Okay, so yeah, and next one is final is performing data analysis in terms of the help of statistical procedures. Okay, so stats in the sense for example, we have to produce some kind of a data, to analyze data in terms of graphical way. Okay, in terms of g- graphical way or or to analyze how the data is spread across a particular particular category. I mean, particular variable. Okay, in terms of what is the mean, median, mode. Kind of a summary of the data in terms of the variables. Okay, all these. We're gonna learn about in terms of once we the only thing do is once we analyze the data, only then we just we prepare a final output in terms of reporting. Okay, so we use all these kind we use all these kind of procedures in which we're gonna go through few. Okay, and last one is reporting procedures. So once we are done with transformations, manipulations, and analyzing the data, so we'll have the final data. So final data, how do we showcase to our clients or stakeholders? Okay, that's where that's where our what do you call programmers skills comes out. Okay, so in terms of building a report, can be of a small report, can be of a basic report to a advanced report. We can build our own reports in terms of in SAS. Okay, so we have quite a few reporting procedures. Okay, we'll go through few. Okay, proc print, proc tablet, proc report. Okay, even though we went to null reporting, right? Remember, ma'am, null reporting.
yeah.
Yeah. So in null reporting, what we show our final data. Okay, final data in a kind of a HTML or PDF in that way, or a or a text report in that way. So what do we do in null reporting? We basically create a final data to just showcase in a particular format. Okay. The data type of the variable, what is the length of the variable, okay. Um, what is the position, okay. I mean, in which position, just a moment. Yeah, in which position are the variables are mentioned in the particular data set, formats, I mean, the format of the variable in formats, the label name of the variables. Yeah. So basically, in terms of, whenever we provide some kind of a documentation, okay, thing is, for instance, just, consider this. No, you have created a large data set, with, with many columns, okay, with many columns where the data set can be used across the entire organization, okay. So, in order to document it, documentation in the sense, in order to just verify what kind of, variables do this particular table have, okay, documenting each and every, each and every part of this of a data set, we use proc contents, okay. So why do we use documentation? So this documentation will be helpful for the other people when they refer to this particular data set. I mean, instead of going into the data set and, reading it, so before that, if they simply go to the documentation, they can understand, what kind of data is in this particular data set, what are the available variables in it, what are the available formats, lengths in this variable. Okay. So for that we use, basically proc contents. So the syntax is simple. Proc, as as usual, which is mandatory for, for all the procedures, and then we give the procedure name, which is contents. So options. So every procedure will have few options, to enhance the data, you know to give more flavor to the data in the output. Okay. So first thing is proc contents run. Yeah. So whenever you use proc contents, just proc contents without any kind of a dataset mentioned, it will give you the information of the, it will give you the descriptive information of the latest dataset that has been available in the session. Okay. For example, data ds set. Yeah. I'll just simply provide this dataset, Sasal broad class, and again I'll run if you run this portion, you see, we got the descriptive information of the dataset. Okay, let's start with first one. Dataset name is DS. Member type is something that what kind of a type is, because we have quite a few member types in the SAS environment. So mainly we deal with SAS datasets. Okay, so the SAS datasets, datasets member type is data, because it contains data. So so engine is something that it's based on the SAS server, and this one, which is called created, and another one is last modified. So it got created a minute back. So it's the date of it, the create date. So this hasn't been modified, so it's the same as the create date. And again, what kind of data, what kind of data, no, sorry, in which kind of an environment, or what kind of data is lying in this particular, I mean, the backend of this data, okay, on which base, this data has been built. So all this information will be there here, And in terms of encoding, this is UTF-8 encoding, where you know each and every data has a kind of encoding based on the environment. Okay, so mostly we know we'll see through this UTF underscore UTF hyphen 8 encoding, and if there's any kind of an encoding change, okay, I mean the people who will give you the data set, they'll let you know, or else you can just Google search it, you'll find the encoding, what kind of encoding is this data set. Okay, yeah, just a moment now. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Next one. So how many observations are there in this particular data set? 19. Variables are 5. Okay. Observation length is 40. Okay. Is the highest observation length. Okay. Next one. Okay. So data set page size is around 131 no, 072. So I mean this page size is something that um you can just consider that to be a length that it has been that it has occupied across the data. Okay. And next one is number of data set pages, which is obviously one. Okay. And maximum observations per page is, so there's a default value which you can which it can accommodate. Okay. Observation in the first page is 19. And next one, the file name. So there's a file name, and its location. Okay. Yeah. File name and the location. Um, yeah. So there's the permissions, which will give you the read write permissions. You can either you can so here either you can read this, or you can alter the data in this data set. Okay. So there's a file size in kilobytes, the file size in bytes. So alphabetic list of variables and attributes. So as you know, if you see, so in proc contents, whenever you print something, whenever you print the descriptive information of a particular data set, it always prints the variables in alphabetical order. Okay. If you see here, this hash, right? So it is the order. So actually, the dataset order is in this way: one, two, three, and so on. But in terms of proc contents, it'll print in I know it'll print in alphabetical order, which is the first is age, second is height, and so on. Okay. So this hash line is its order in the dataset, but this printing is as per the proc contents. Got it, ma'am? Any questions on proc contents?
No,
Yes.
Rajiv.
Okay. Yeah. So first option is data. Okay. If you want to specify it, if you want to print the descriptive information of a particular data set, you simply mention data equal to SAS help.class or anything. Or can be of no can be of any data set. So here I will mention DS because DS is what we have given. Or else you can mention the same thing, SAS help.class. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. And next one, out. So out is something that if you want all this kind of content printed in this which is printed in this in the result window, that to be printed or taken out into a output data set. Okay, in a data set. So we'll mention out equal to work dot data set. Oh no, just out equal to some data set name. It'll eventually get stored in the data set. Okay. Yeah, we see the same kind of data in the which in the result window will appear here across all the variables. Yeah. Next one, no print. Okay. Is something that if you don't want to print this data, I mean the information in the output, okay, it won't print. So simply it just gives you the information in a data set, where I mean in a output dataset where out equal to is mentioned. What happened? Yeah, you see. So there is no in so no there is nothing in the output. I mean, in the result window. Just the output data. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So so as I said before, by default the position is alphabetical order. Okay. But if you want to change the position to the dataset order, so you have to mention a option called position. Okay. You see. So we got data. We got the final variable creation order. Okay. In the dataset order, which is in this way. Got it, ma'am? So this will give
Mm,
you type and length. So above it has printed the alphabetical order, and below as you mentioned option, it will give you the optional order, which is this one.
yeah.
Yeah. Next one. Okay. But you don't want the alphabetical order. Okay. Need only the list of variables with their attribute. The list of variables with their attributes in the dataset order. Okay. We use var name. Which will give you the dataset. I mean, no, the logical position of a data in the dataset in this way. You can simply mention var num. That's it. Okay. Next one, proc contents. If you want to print information of all the datasets in a library, okay. So I want to print what are datasets are there in my work library, and their respective descriptive information. I simply mention either underscore all underscore, either underscore all underscore, or yeah, or work. Because work dot, if you provide work dot or don't provide it, by default it'll consider the work library itself. Okay. Yeah. So there's what. Yeah. So we have total of yeah. This is data set, and this is okay. There's the directory information. Other one is DS. So we have two data sets. One is data set, other one is DS. Okay. And it's the number. It's there. Okay. There list of variables in it, and here it's list of variables in it. Right, ma'am?
Yeah, Chief.
Next one. So next one is directory. So directory is something that okay, so it prints all the list of SAS files in a SAS library. Okay. So if you want to see what are SAS files present in the SAS library, you just simply mention SAS class space directory. Okay. So it just print what are the available datasets in the SAS cell and its information. This way. So all these are so if you see here data means data set. There will be some kind of a hidden files. There will be views. There will be catalog. Catalog is something that whenever you store any kind of a macros. Okay, which we're gonna deal with in the upcoming sessions. Macros, or you're gonna create your own formats or in formats. They get stored in catalogs. Okay. Yeah. So next one is mem type. Okay. So mem type is something that whenever you want to know that I mean, for example, so if you see here, we have just mentioned underscore all underscore. So it eventually gave you the data, the information about all the items present in the directory or the library. But what if we required only the information of just data sets, not the other stuff? Okay. Please mention mem type equal to, okay, mem type equal data. So you know data which is called data sets. Okay. Mem type equal data. So this is the kind of this proc data sets, which we're gonna deal, which we're gonna learn in the upcoming sessions. Okay. But anyways, we're gonna deal with directly proc on it. The ProcContents mem type equal to lib dot catalog. Okay, ProcContents mem type equal to lib dot view, which is ProcContent mem type equal to library, which is SAS help dot data. Oh, do one thing, we'll go with proc data sets and then we'll come to ProcContents. So, okay. So here, I mentioned mem type equal to data. Yeah. Yeah. So mem type equal to data and then contents data equal SAS dot class. Just second, mem type equal to data and equal to again. So it's a, it's large data set. It's large library, right? So it takes some time to print data. You see here, size of the results is greater than 3 MB. Okay, got it, ma'am. So insufficient memory could cause for some problems. This so I'll just mention this anyway. See here. Okay. So it helps sorry, it prints the descriptive information of all the data sets within the sample plot. Sorry, sample library. Okay. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
It's true. Same thing, whichever member type you want to view, you want to view the data, you can just simply mention data equal to the library name underscore num type equal to view or catalog or data. And then you wish it. See here, for example, there's an alternative to proc content, which is proc datasets, mem type equal to data, okay, contents, data equal to dot all. So here it is print all the content information of the. Yeah. So it prints all the content information of the data of library in terms of contents. Okay. The information of the only the data sets, not the other ones. Got it, ma'am? So in the upcoming sessions, we're going to deal with this block data sets. But for now, just remember, ma'am. So even we can get the um, contents of a particular data set with the help of proc data sets, or directly we can use proc contents data equal to tasselb dot underscore all underscore memtab equal data. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So next one is ProcSort. Okay. So ProcSort is something that whenever you, so I mean, right, ProcSort, we have been dealing with it, for quite a long time, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that whenever you want to rearrange the observations based on a particular keyword. Okay. Okay, based on a particular keyword, or no or if you want to do some kind of an transformation where it leads where it needs this data to be sorted, so you do the sorting based on the keyword, which is to be used in the by statement. Okay, so it simply rearranges the observations in a data set, as per the values of a particular variable which you mentioned, or as per the values of the particular variables. Okay, so either first thing is, we have different sorting orders. Either you can sort the data in terms of highest to lowest or lowest to highest, for the numeric variable, or in terms of character values, it gets sorted in terms of ASCII coding sequence. Okay, so ASCII is, ma'am, remember, we went through ASCII, right, long back.
Yeah, I think yes.
Understanding.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, ASCII is something that it's something. Sorry, it's something that to each and every alphabet, or you know or a full character or numeric in a character data, has a standard or a number based on ASCII sequence. Okay, so whenever you want to sort any kind of a character value, it gets sorted based on the this ASCII sequence. Okay, so based on the region, so we have EPDIC for the European region. So we have ASCII for the American side. Okay. Yeah. So as you mostly work for the for the American business, so all the laptops by default they'll be in ASCII sequence. Okay. Yeah. Next thing. So the syntax is quite it's quite simple. Kind of just block sort. We can we have quite a few options in it. In terms of collecting sequence options, we have few options. So in the by statement, either we can mention descending. Okay. Whenever you want to, whenever you want to treat a variable in descending order, so mention the descending before the variable. Okay, remember, mention the descending option before the variable. Okay. So if you want to make sure you want to sort a particular data, sort a particular variable in descending and other in ascending, just by default it is ascending. If you want to mention that to be in ascending, just sorry, in descending, just mention a descending, okay, descending before the variable. And if you don't want to sort in descending the other variable, just ignore it. Okay. Yeah. So always make sure you write a descending, okay, the descending option before the variable which you want to sort it. Okay. Yeah. So first option is data equal to data set name. Okay. So let's run this. So if it's demographic data, we don't have the second one. Moment. It is the demographic data. Row. Have you ever came across a data set with zone net? Zone or something? Audible, ma'am?
It's very
Voice is
low.
not clear. Yeah.
Sorry?
Your voice is very low.
How about now?
Still
Mm.
low.
Hold on, I will uh, uh, say, ma'am.
It's not clear actually.
How about now, ma'am? Am I audible?
It's audible, but not like properly understanding.
So for how long you have been experiencing this, ma'am, issue?
Since the starting itself,
From the proc on it itself, proc on it and all,
proc contents is okay. It's clear.
from
Then
the proc sort, right?
ending of proc contents.
Okay. So did you get
We can hear you, but
Still
it's
descending
very
actually.
low.
Yeah.
how about now? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Still low?
No, no, better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just asking you, have you ever came across any data set with zone, ma'am? Any data set with zone?
Data set with the
Zone.
So I saw in the library there is some data, but don't remember which one.
For data set.
It
No.
was in
Any data set. Kind of anyone. Data set with zone.
again the voice is not clear. Some disturbance I can hear.
Just a moment, ma'am. I'll just take one point. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, ma'am. How about now? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So, what I'm mentioning is I just want the data set can be of anything, any data set with a zone. So I don't see it right now, but that's okay. No, we'll go with this sample.class as help.class. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you see here, what do we have in SAS help, ma'am? Sorry, in class dataset we have name, sex, age, height, weight. Okay, I guess this is not kind of an ideal thing. I want something more ideal. Just give me a moment, ma'am. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So I'll use this COLUMN. Okay, just for this one. That's it. COLUMN by column and what do we have here? Format. Okay. the name of it. Call name. Column name. Okay. What is it? Why? Appropriate authorization level for. Oh. Okay. Never mind, ma'am. Well, so you got this issue, ma'am? No, no one. Why I've been facing this issue? This issue? You see, I mean, this this environment is mine. I mean, no, it's registered under me, but I still don't have an authorization. Okay, to do to do this particular operation on this library. Any idea, ma'am? Why why is it not allowing us to
We
do? Yeah,
Yeah, we cannot change any variables in the already existing libraries, these SAS libraries.
yeah. So not existing one, ma'am, but SAS libraries. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, existing we can do it because those
okay,
are our libraries, which we have created. But these are
okay,
SAS libraries which SAS gave us. Okay.
yes.
So we can't change any kind of a data or we can't even sort them. So if you want to sort them, you first have to copy this data into another data set.
And then we can do the sorting.
Yeah. Yeah. You see? So we have sorted the data based on column name format. Okay. You see? So the data got sorted with the column name and its format. So in this way, we sort data for the character columns. Okay. Got it, ma'am? So in terms of
Okay.
descending or ascending, we typically use for the numeric columns. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So next one is output data set. Okay. So here it is data. Next one is out data set, out option. Okay. So let's see what is the out option. So it specifies the output data set. For instance, what I'll do is I'll do this one. Okay. If now we'll see here what happens. Now see, we don't have any kind of an error, right? We had done the sorting on column, but previously we got error, but now there is no error. Okay, still the data got sorted. Getting it, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's because so we have mentioned data equal to column. Okay, SAS help dot column, a data set in SAS help library. Okay, so we just fed this data to this particular sort in a proc sorting procedure. And what we are doing, we are creating a new output dataset called demographic underscore data 2. Okay. So we tell SAS that whatever you perform sorting, perform in the backend and then provide the output in this demographic underscore data 2 without doing any kind of a operation to the column dataset. That's where out is useful. Got the idea, ma'am, here?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Next one. So as you know, whenever we have a data set, remember ma'am, all our options work in does does statements work in procs ma'am, procedures ma'am? Ma'am?
Yeah.
You see here we use keep equal to, so this keep here is a optional statement.
Here it is option.
Okay. So does statement work in procedures, ma'am? We have discussed this.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, always remember that whenever you have in terms of procedures, only options work in terms of procedures, ma'am. Okay. So that's where use options here to either drop, keep, or rename a particular data, okay, from a data set. Where by treating them in brackets, okay, parentheses. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, even we can do even we can create the options for the out data set also. Okay, for example, uh, so I want to keep data. I want to keep. Uh, just a second. Okay. What I want to keep the data. What data I want to keep? I want to just make sure to have both the by variables in the keep option equal to, and okay, and in format label also, in format label. Okay, so this label is being not treated as an option. We need to just make sure. Sorry, PEL. Okay, you see here this. We have this particular label here, right? Right, ma'am. Label here, but this is being treated as an option here. Okay, right, ma'am. So we can't. You see here. Yes. So what are there here? Okay, in format and label. Right, ma'am. Is so this blue color. So this been treated as a option, but eventually when we have a same name with the option, so we got the data. Right, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. So next one. So either, ma'am, there are two things, ma'am. Either we can use this keep option in the data step, or in the output in the out step. Okay, we can even rename the particular. So I won't rename this label because it is conflicting with the SAS terminologies.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll simply make sure to use label equal to label 1. That's it. What happened?
So we did not give in the keep list.
Oh, sorry. A second. Yeah, either we have to write it before. Okay, it's okay. Right. Yeah. So you see, we got label 1. Okay.
Okay.
Next one. Next one is no dupe key. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you want to remove duplicates based on a by variable. Okay. Eliminate duplicate values based on the by variables. Okay. So for instance, you have a data. So you have this data. I have many multiple columns with actual $12.2. Okay. But what I want, I just want only one column, okay, in combination of actual and $12.2. One column in combination of actual and $14.2. Sorry, not column, one row with country cat in. and so on in this way. Okay. So what I'll simply do, I'll just mention demographic data. I don't wanna disturb the class. Okay. So I don't want to disturb this particular column. I'll simply mention no dupe key. No dupe key. Okay. So key here indicates key variables based on key variables. Now see what happens. So here what happens is whatever you do the operation in terms of removing the data, it removes from the backend and produces that to the and um, outputs that to demographic underscore data to without harming or changing any kind of data into the in the actual data, which is SAS column. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
If you see here, we have it right. A row with only actual $12.2, a row with actual $14.2 in this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next one. Okay. So duplicates or no dupe rec or no dupe. Okay. So it checks and eliminates duplicate observation after sort. For example, if you have duplicate record, okay, if you have duplicate record across the entire data set, okay, for instance, a single row got repeated twice or thrice. Okay, you want to remove the its second and third occurrences. What you will do, you'll simply mention no dupe rec, which is record. Okay, even the same thing by EMP. I mean, which is whichever column name you want to mention, whichever by variable you want to mention here. Okay, yeah. So no dupe. This change or something. That should be no dupe rec or no dupe recs. Okay. Oh, both sims working. Super recs. Okay. You see here we got zero duplicates were deleted, which means there is no data with the entire row has been duplicated. But previously, what happened, ma'am? You see this one closely. You see the 88 of observation and 64 were deleted, right? With the help of
Yeah.
duplicate, with the help of by variable, which is no
Mm.
dupe key. But with no dupe rec, so as I said previously, no dupe rec is something that it will just consider the entire row as duplicate. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Yes. So yeah. So any question, ma'am, until now? Any questions?
The difference between position and var, I want to know the difference between them.
Sorry, ma'am.
In the prop contents,
Uh-huh.
we used position option and var option.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
position
here,
is okay. Position is something that it will give you the list of variables both in alphabetical order, which is the default one,
I,
and in
yeah,
dataset order. Okay, and then
okay.
dataset order. But random is something that it will give you only in dataset order. That's it, or the logical order.
Mhm.
Right, ma'am?
Logical order is the
The
order
da-
present in the
the
data
data
set.
set exactly.
Okay,
Either the dataset order or the logical order. Both are same.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So next one. You know, so it's typical difference between no dupe rec and no dupe key, which no dupe key eliminates values but duplicate by value. Okay. So remember here, ma'am, no dupe key is something that it will remove values or delete values which are duplicate by values. Okay. So you mentioned how you mentioned either one or more than one duplicate by values. So based on only that, it'll remove the duplicate values. But no do breaks. Okay. No do break. It'll consider the entire observation. Okay. If it sees the entire observation is no the entire observation has been has been repeated twice or thrice. I mean more than once. It'll remove the occurrences of it.
Okay.
Okay. Not just by the by value, but by the entire row.
Okay.
Got it, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. And next one, dupe out. Okay, that's second. So dupe out is something that you mean
And
you
here, no dupe. One more option is there.
which one, ma'am?
How it no dupe? NODUP.
Yeah, I mean all these are same, ma'am. So so previously we used just no dupe rec. Okay, so even that worked. No dupe recs. Even this worked. So all these are same, ma'am. No dupe recs, and no dupe. So and no dupe rec. Three are
Okay.
same. It changes based on the environment. I mean, SAS Studio, this is some work in SAS 9.4, some work in SAS desktop version, some work in SAS EG in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one is dupe out. So dupe out is something that so you know that in a data set which you are working, you have duplicate values. Okay. You want to see what kind of duplicate values are those. Okay. In order to confirm, in order to check, uh, what kind of duplicate values are those, we use dupe out. Okay, dupe out, which is duplicate out. So no dupe key, no dupe key, uh, dupe out equal to new. Okay, duplicates. Okay, by what? By these two. Okay, so it only checks the duplicates based on the by variable because we have provided no dupe key, right? So it only checks the duplicate based on the by variable, which is column name and format. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is now let's see. So totally we'll have two observations, so two data sets. One is the output data set, other one is the output data set, which in which you'll have all the final data where okay. Yeah. So in which you'll have the final data by eliminating all the duplicate values in the but in the report data set, you'll have the duplicate values. You see? All the duplicate values. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. Descending. Okay. Okay. So if you want to rearrange the observation in descending order, okay, we use this descending option. By default, it is ascending order, as you know. By default, it is ascending order. If you want to use descending, always make sure that you mention the descending option before the variable name. Okay, before the variable name. This is very important, ma'am. If you mention after the variable name, what happens? Either if you have a next variable, it'll just uh, it'll just rearrange the order based on the next variable. Otherwise, it does nothing. Okay. Yeah. So descending order, which is let me just copy this one. I'll show you all types of first one descending order. Anyway, that's not a problem. Okay, hold on a second, ma'am. Yeah, if you see, so completely it got reversed. Previously, when we used to get actual, now we got year, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you mention this by accident, if you mention this here in the format, yeah. So based on this particular the first column name, the second will alter its values. Okay, if this is in ascending order, only based on this one, this one gets altered.
Okay.
Okay, so as you know, so previously we used to get 12.2 as the start, right? In the first one,
Yeah.
yeah, you got 14.2. Only this, only this two will be altered. That's it. Okay, so based on this particular thing, okay. So what does it do, ma'am? First, it alters the column name in ascending, and then it alters this in descending. That's it. Right, ma'am? Next one. So what if you don't have anything here? And you simply mention in this way. It'll throw an error in this way. Because if you have an option called descending descending, it should be mentioned before the variable. As there is no variable after this is no descending, it'll throw an error. Right, ma'am? Any questions here?
Yeah, I got it, Rajiv.
Next one. Reverse. Okay. So basically, this is something that it reverses the collating order for a character variables. So let's see what does this mean. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is not for numeric, only for in terms of what do you call in terms of character variable. Okay. Let's see this one. So it reverses the collating order of a particular variable. Uh, this particular thing. Okay. So what I would suggest you, ma'am. Okay. Uh, always use reverse. Okay. Always use reverse. Whenever you want to reverse the order of a data in terms of characters. Okay. If you see here, it just reverse the entire data from by sending the actual by sending the last record to the first record. Okay. It just simply reverses the entire order for a column variable. Okay. So in terms of if you want to use the same thing in terms of numeric, use ascending or descending. Right, ma'am? But whenever you have any kind of a data or any kind of a um, column column name mention whenever you want to make sure you have ascending or or descending order, always make sure to use ascending or descending for the numerics but not for the characters. Okay, as you know, there is no ascending or descending for characters, right, ma'am? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't see characters in in descending or ascending order, right? I mean, it's not as per the as per the regulations, because
Correct.
only numerics will have ascending or descending order, right? So as you know, we have collecting sequence. So based on it, if you perform, if you provide descending or ascending, then it will just give you data in terms of the collating sequence as per the ASCII sequence. Okay, and for if you want to reverse the entire sequence, just mention reverse here. That's it. Reverse is an option in the after this out statement or the data statement.
Okay.
Right, ma'am? Yeah. So what if what if you use this what do you call this reverse to the age? Sorry, I mean to a numeric variable. Let's see. So I have length. Okay. And ETH. Okay. Does I let's remove all these things. Now let's see. Did the data got reversed, ma'am? No, right? Let's if you see here in terms of yeah. So if you see length 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, it's completely not in order. But after sorting, what happened, ma'am? It came into order, but not in reverse order, right? Reverse didn't work here. Either if if it would have worked, this 200 will be the first observation, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So make sure you use reverse with only character functions, sorry, character variables, but not the numeric variables. If you want to do the kind of reversing for the for the numerics, use ascending or descending order. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So until here, any questions, ma'am?
No, it's clear.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just stop here. Okay. And we're gonna continue the rest tomorrow, ma'am. So
Yeah.
if no questions, then we'll wrap the session. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.